It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl. Hi there, this is Datila with 3 Years of Wrestling, bringing the It's Wrestling Time post show. And for tonight, I will be reviewing Impact Wrestling, and I'm joined by my co-host, Rose Montana.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Rose Montana.
So, let's talk about what happened at the end tonight. Tasha Green turning heel and having her husband, Mack Cardona, hit Mickie James with the radio silence.
Yeah, I was surprised when he came in and hit her with the radio silence. Like I wasn't too shocked at her turning heel because like we already seen that coming pretty much.
Yeah, I think all of us saw the heel turn coming, and not to mention Chelsea Green did spoil it on Twitter. But none of us saw Mack Cardona coming out and attacking Mickie James. At least I didn't have that on my bingo card.
No, I didn't either. So now I wonder if we'll be seeing a mixed tag match
between Chelsea Green, Mack Cardona, Mickie James, and her husband.
Yeah, maybe we'll see the return of Nick Aldis coming back to Impact, maybe.
Ooh, a rebellion, maybe? Or Under Siege.
I don't know, maybe.
But it was really good. I mean, I'm really happy this main evented. Like, it was a great match. Fantastic match all the way.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, like I said, Chelsea Green turning heel was the talking point of the match. Alrighty, so Impact kicked off with Josh Alexander. And if you guys recall, last week, Moose invaded his house. It's not the first home invasion we have in wrestling, and it certainly won't be the last. Josh Alexander saying that he didn't think Moose was stupid enough to do what he did last week. That he intimidated his family and he pushed him over the edge. And now more than ever, he's motivated to kick Moose's, He said that he feels lost and disappointment and pain. And that rebellion, he's going to make sure Moose feels those exact same feelings. And because he's taking the title off of Moose at Rebellion. And he says Impact is his damn house. Then who comes out? None other than Moose comes out and says that he understands why Josh is angry. Because he failed to protect his family and will fail to get his hands on the title. He says that after he beats Josh at Rebellion, Moose is going to take another trip to Josh's house, show his son what a role model is, and he won't fade him like Josh did. And then a brawl breaks down between both of them. Moose getting thrown into the steel steps, getting like a gate. And oh my God, Josh almost killed Moose by sending him over that bridge thing. If it wasn't for Mad Fulton who stopped him, Josh probably would have went to jail for murder. What were your thoughts on this opening segment?
Man, I said, man, Josh trying to catch a charge. He wasn't even worrying about winning the championship.
Exactly. Joe Shipley saying, I had a feeling Chelsea Green would turn heel anyways. Yeah, we all did.
Definitely. Yeah, we seen it coming, Joe.
She pulled a cowboy Bob Orton and used that cast as a weapon.
Yeah.
All right. So next, and then to end that segment, Scott D'Amore tells Josh he needs to calm down and to remember he's going to make things right at Rebellion. And Josh tells Scott that his emotions will be in check as long as Moose stays away from his family. So next, we get an incredible triple threat match. The winner of this would get to participate in the X Division triple threat match at Rebellion. It was Willie Mack versus Laredo Kid versus Speedball Mike Bailey. This was an incredible match. Seriously, like Willie Mack, for a big guy, he's pretty agile.
Yeah, Willie could go.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yep, Willie can go.
Yeah, he definitely can. I really like that one part where Speedball did the crossbody to Willie Mack, and Willie Mack caught him and hit him with the Samoan drop.
Oh, yeah.
And then a beautiful tribute to the late Scott Hall by Willie Mack with the Razor's Edge to Laredo Kid. Right. One thing that I really like, I don't know if you caught it, I caught it, and commentary made reference to this, is Willie Mack had Laredo Kid in the pin. And then Speedball also had Laredo Kid in the pin. And they made reference to Turning Point where Trey Miguel had both Steve Maclin and Laredo Kid in the pin. And then Steve Maclin kicked out. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught it.
But then in the end, Speedball Mike Bailey was victorious. So now it's going to be Ace Austin versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship. And what do you think Ace Austin has up his sleeve with Speedball Mike Bailey?
Pretty much, he gonna try to use Mike Bailey's, like by him being so nice, he gonna use him as a way to get the X Division Championship, which is kind of why I already knew that he was gonna be the one to move on, you know, to Rebellion.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with you on that. So then we get a backstage segment with the Bullet Club, who says that the Jay White saying the officials have it out for him and Jay White and the Bullet Club, and says that he knows Shelly and Chris Sabin aren't going to be happy with their match, and he also knows that they can beat them. And he says it's all about business with the Bullet Club, so that it's not about Shelly and Sabin. It's about the JBC, the J and Bay connection. And then next week they're gonna get a rematch against the Motor City Machine Guns.
That's gonna be a T-shirt, saying.
I actually like that name, J and Bay Connection. Of course, the Good Brothers are a part of this segment, and I said that they may no longer be the tag team champions, but they're gonna bring back the tag team titles. And of course, it's gonna be the same formula: Magic Killer, a 1, 2, 3, and a just too sweet. So, what did you think of that segment? I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. You already know I'm a Bullet Club mark, so anything they do, I'm with it.
Yeah. So Raj Singh sending a message to Bhupinder Gunhar saying him that he could have shown him the ropes of Impact, and instead now he aligned himself with Shera. So I'm actually pretty interested to see a feud between Shera and Bhupinder Gunhar. I think that's gonna make a great feud, don't you think?
Yeah, but I was just saying on the podcast last week how what's the new dude name? I forget his last name.
Bhupinder Gunhar.
Yeah, him. He reminds me of Shera, like a lot of Shera. Like he's just like a slimmer version of Shera. And then it's kind of crazy how now Shera's back this week.
Yeah. So next we had a fun match. Well, I shouldn't say fun match, but a match between Steve Maclin and Heath. Honestly, I really like this match. Steve Maclin being heel, chanting ECW sucks from the top rope. Because as you know, they're in Philadelphia. They're at the 223 Arena, the old home of ECW. Thoughts on Steve Maclin saying ECW sucks? Jose? What are your thoughts on Steve Maclin saying ECW sucks?
I wasn't feeling that. I'm an ECW fan, so can't be.
I like Steve Maclin, so I can't hate on that.
I mean, I like him too, but you can't be disrespecting, the ECW arena like that.
Oh my God, one of the things that I like that Steve Maclin did in this match is when he played Possum. He played Possum, threw himself against steel steps, and got Rhino ejected. I thought that was hilarious.
Shades a good old Eddie Guerrero right there.
Latino Heat, yep. Of course, Steve Maclin is victorious, and he is victorious by putting his feet on the ropes to pin Heath Slater. And then Rhino comes out and gores Steve Maclin. I like Steve Maclin, but I cannot say that he did not deserve that. He did. He certainly did.
I mean, that was payback for the gore that he gave Rhino last week.
Yes, definitely. So then we get a backstage segment, which, the gist of it was, it's all about me and locker room talk. The gist of this was that the Inspiration's just trying to figure out, is Caleb with the K on their side or on the side of the Inspiration? They want him to take a lie detector test, but he tries to get out of it. I did like Johnny Swinger in this segment, though. The swing man is always so hilarious.
He the only thing that saved it for me, because just anytime I see Chanel on my screen, it just makes me just want to just...
Yes. So we found out at Rebellion for the first time ever, we're going to get the Top Dog versus the Pitbull. It's going to be Jonah versus Ishii. And he goes on to say this is not going to be a no dream for Ishii. He exposed the myth of the French-Canadian Frankenstein, PCO. And he says that Jonah is not a myth. I'm actually pretty excited for this match. I mean, I was not expecting Jonah and PCO to be such a banger. And that was a banger of a match. I mean, till this day say I don't know how PCO got up and walked away from that match.
PCO, he crazy. I seen him perform in person a few times. He do man, like he do some crazy stuff.
Yeah. So the next match was a lumberjack match for the tag team titles. It was Violent by Design versus the Good Brothers. Honestly, I don't know about you, but this match really didn't do it for me. Maybe it's because we've seen this match before. Not specifically a lumberjack match, but we've seen this before. Seen it before many times, and I'm just over the feud between the Good Brothers and Violent by Design. I really am, honestly. But I will say they did there was a low blow to Carl Anderson by Mike Bennett, and then the climax by Matt Tabor, which allowed Violent by Design to be victorious. So I'm curious to see where that leads to. What about you?
I think maybe we'll see OGK going for the world titles, tag titles.
Maybe. I mean, they did help Violent by Design retain their tag titles. So
I mean, look, but don't get me wrong. I mean, like I like the match, but I think that it could have had a different stipulation, like other than a lumberjack match, because like the lumberjacks really didn't do a whole lot.
yeah, same, definitely. So then we had Rocky Romero versus Eddie Edwards. Well, actually, before we go any further, I have to say, where the hell did they find all those tag teams? It impacts. I mean, I love Impact Wrestling, but their weak link is the tag team division.
I mean, what it was in Philly, so they probably was using, some locals, probably like they probably had everybody out there.
Yeah. So now we had Rocky Romero versus Eddie Edwards. Of course, Lumberjacks. Joe Shipley saying Lumberjacks didn't do that much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. They were just there. They were just props.
yeah,
Rocky Romero looking for a handshake from Eddie Edwards, but of course Eddie Edwards did not give it to him.
yeah.
I
Honors no
really
more.
like I really like the back and forth chest chops that they gave each other. I thought that was fun. Uh Romero with the thumb to the pokes Eddie Edwards' eye. The forever clothesline, he tried it twice. He went for a third time, but Eddie Edwards stopped him in his tracks. Oh my god. So Rocky Romero tried the Diablo armbar, but Edward escaped from it the first time. The second time he tried it, Eddie Edwards reversed it into a pinfall, which allowed him to win. But let's talk about what happened at the end. Eddie Edwards, acted like he was going to shake Rocky Romero's hand. That did not happen. Instead, he attacked him. And who comes out? The Ring of Honor World Champion, Jonathan Gresham. And of course he came out because as it was revealed, Eddie Edwards was the one who attacked Jonathan Gresham, not Steve Maclin. So I'm actually hoping we get a match between Eddie Edwards and Jonathan Gresham. And it could happen at Rebellion. Hopefully. Got my fingers crossed that it does happen. And of course, Rocky Romero and Jonathan Gresham at the end shake hands because that is the code of honor. What are your thoughts on that?
I was surprised to see the original Ring of Honor World Champion back, but
Yeah,
now,
especially since Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor. Like, I didn't think that we were gonna get this match. Maybe we might not get it, but hopefully we do.
speaking of Ring of Honor, I know that we'll be having a title for title match. Since Jonathan Gresham is the original Ring of Honor champion and Bandino is the Ring of Honor World Champion, they're gonna have a unification match. So,
That's gonna be a great match.
so maybe Jonathan may not even be champion by next time. Who knows?
Maybe. Then we get a funny segment with Johnny Swinger in the Swingers Dungeon, saying he wants to do a one-on-one with Ziggy Dice in the ring, and he wants to challenge two chumps next week. One chump, two chumps, and he's going to call it the Chump Chump Challenge. I have to say, I really enjoyed this. Johnny Swinger is one of the undisputed. I said one before people say stuff to me. One of the undisputed kings of comedy and wrestling.
Yeah, be keeping it alive.
He definitely is. But overall, I think tonight's show was a very great show, top to bottom. Solid card, honestly. I really liked it.
Yeah, I agree.
Really great show. Out of 10, I'd probably would you consider this show a Ty Dillinger? Would you consider it a perfect 10?
Uh, I would say no. I would say it's more like an 8.5 or a 9 because of the Tennille Dashwood and Madison Rain segment. Like like if they didn't have them up here, yep, it'd have been a Todd Dillinger for me. But
I had to. Joe Shipley says he rates Impact 9 out of 10. I have to disagree. I give it a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, because I
okay,
really like the opening segment with Josh Alexander and Moose. I liked
yeah,
Steve Maclin versus Heath. That was fun. But like you, I didn't really like the locker room talk all about me segment, and the Lumberjack match. Again, we've seen Random by Design versus the Good Brothers one too many times. I really didn't need to see it again. Hopefully, we don't see it again after this. But
yeah. I
that
think
match,
this it.
there really was nothing about that match. It's like, oh my god, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing different. It was like the same formula.
Exactly. Like it could have been a regular. It honestly really didn't need to be a lumberjack match. It could have just been a regular match. It really could have been.
Yep,
But
or just a regular hardcore match or something. I mean, like they was in Philly, so it could have been I mean, well, then it would have been two Philadelphia street fights, but I mean, still.
yeah, definitely. But but overall, 9.5 out of 10 for me. You give it an 8 out of 10. That's good. But do you have anything else you want to say before we get ready to wrap up?
No, nothing much. I'm gonna just plug Impact Watch Along every Thursday. Make sure y'all check me out, Rose Montana.
Yeah.
What up? What up, Danny Stanton?
And as for myself, you guys, make sure you guys please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after AEW Rampage. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.
And we out.